Good evening, everybody. I hope everyone had a beautiful day. Let's get stuck right into this. Let us see what messages are coming up for the collective. What's going on with and between divine masculines and divine feminines? Ooh, okay. Apparently, a lot. Poverty, courthouse, and change. All right, these are actually very powerful messages, you guys, and I'll take this card because I saw it. I feel like once you see a card, you just can't unsee it, right? So, right here, the energy that I'm getting immediately is that during a period of separation, this divine masculine is feeling emotionally starved for love, for affection, for the type of connection that he is now realizing that he could only feel with his divine feminine. This courthouse card tells me that he's thinking about this, like weighing out what options he has in order to make the necessary decisions, to make the necessary changes. He knows that this is going to involve some pretty big endings, and I get the sense that he also knows that no matter what choices he makes, somebody is going to get hurt, but he wants to make sure that the person that gets hurt here is not his divine feminine. That is coming through very, very strongly, especially from the higher self of this divine masculine that I'm channeling currently. I'm going to use my original Rider-Waite deck to get more information about this. King of Pentacles, yes. He is stepping into his power from, you see this childlike image on this card. I feel like this masculine had really been in a childlike energy, not purposefully, but just because he had not evolved into a more mature emotional and mental state until now. I feel like his evolution is taking place now. And all of this restlessness, all of this anxiety, this tension and stress, this overwhelm that's taking place, mental exhaustion especially, is causing him to realize what he needs to change about his life and where he needs to evolve as a person in order to make the necessary changes. Queen of Wands, Page of Wands. There we go. Confirmation. The divine feminine had been already so much in her power. I'm getting like, from the time they met, this masculine really felt like this divine feminine had already stepped into womanhood. There was nothing childlike about her except maybe the energy of when they shared experiences, like the laughter, the lightheartedness. There could have been childlike energy just with that, but that's a welcome childlike energy, right? It's what keeps you young at heart. But the masculine is coming through here as the Page of Wands. This is past energy, you guys. So this Page of Wands, pages are very emotionally immature. Sometimes they're even younger in age. And they just don't have the life experience to be in a knight or king energy yet. But this is the evolution of this masculine, right? And notice that the divine feminine here is coming in as the Queen of Wands. She is somebody who's sexy, she's confident, she's in her power, she knows what she wants. So the masculine wants to align with her in a King of Wands energy. But he feels like in order to be able to do that, he needs some more tangible 3D security in his life, which is what this King of Pentacles represents here. So this masculine is actually trying to balance out and work through everything at once is what I'm getting. Like, he feels like he has to solve all of his life problems at once. And this is where he's struggling to find the balance. He wants to be able to take this leap, but at the same time, you see this courthouse card up here, he's overthinking. This here as well shows that he's overthinking. But this Fool energy shows that this overthinking is what he's being liberated from, what he's being released or relieved from. So there is an energetic renewal symbolized by this Fool energy coming into the masculine's life that's going to take away so much of the mental stress that has been weighing him down and not allowing him to, you know, create change one step at a time. This masculine is really growing to be pushed to realize that he cannot make every change at once. You know, he has to take baby steps. That's just the way it goes. Wheel of Fortune. Everything is going to happen in divine timing, but he cannot try to fly across this hill. He has to take one step at a time, and he has to kind of see where he's going with what, right? But he cannot see everything at the same time. He has to make progress in increments, is what this Wheel of Fortune here is showing us. And this Wheel of Fortune is also the Jupiter card, the card of abundance, the card of marital bliss, the card of you know, like stability financially, stability in your home life, great family life, great love life. This is such a happy and fortunate card to come across. And look, you guys, we had the 10 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. This energy is very promising. And I feel like this masculine, he's going to be pushed into increments of change, because he's not quite realizing that it has to be done, you know, one step at a time. He's trying to kind of manage everything all at once. So what the divine, what his guides are going to do is push him into increments of change. This flipped over. He's going to gain a much more logical approach here about how to approach his problems. He's going to have to put his guard down a little bit. You see how this King of Swords is holding up the sword? He's trying to protect his heart. He's trying to be logical, but the problem is he's tuning out his intuition in trying to do so. Like, this sword is literally trying to cut through the crown chakra. So what he has to do is put this guard, this sword, down long enough to hear what his intuitive voice is nudging him towards, because he is being pointed in a direction to, you know, where he should be able to take action, but he's trying to do everything at once, and that's his problem. Yeah, see. 7 of Cups and the Death card, overthinking at its best. But the Death card shows that that cycle is coming to completion. This cycle is coming to an end here, because what the divine masculine and feminine are manifesting with each other, for each other, is coming into fruition. I'm going to pull a couple more cards from this deck, and then I'll switch the deck up a little bit. Yeah, 5 of Pentacles. This left out in the cold energy is mirrored in both of them. Like I said, that he's feeling emotionally starved. He's feeling like he's in emotional poverty, being in separation from his feminine. And he's also, you know, struggling to get his finances and his 3D stability together. So this card is very synchronistic with that energy. And he's very heavily focused on work, but I think he kind of focuses on work to a fault, to where he doesn't focus on anything else, and that's the problem. So I'm going to use the Witch's Tarot now, my dear deck, to see what might be going on with the Divine Feminines on the corresponding end. And I'm going to make room for the new spread here. Let's have a look. What is going on for Divine Feminines? Nine of Cups. Seven of Wands. Ooh, this is interesting. Knight of Swords. Oh my gosh, you guys. This is interesting. I was trying to read for what's happening with the corresponding feminines, but there's a very different Divine Feminine whose energy is coming through here. And I will roll with it since the cards are already out and her higher self is pretty much like already speaking to me here. Confusion and defensiveness, and oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm gonna preface this by saying, you guys, this is a collective reading, and I do mention that if you are subscribed to my channel, if you like my videos, I do pick up on your energy more clearly, and I tend to just randomly channel hyper-specific messages just as they're coming through. So tune into your intuition and only take what resonates, okay? Because this feels like this is very hyper-specific for somebody. So if there is a Divine Feminine who is confused about who her true counterpart is because she met a false twin flame that is coming through as the Knight of Swords here. When she met this false twin flame, she thought wish fulfillment, like I finally got what I was wishing for, what I was hoping for. But then as she got to know this masculine, he triggered all of her fears, you know, that typical twin flame triggering type connection, relationship. And this is what I'm going to say fooled this Divine Feminine into thinking that she met her true twin flame. Bottom of the deck, we have the Six of Swords. She doesn't know who to move towards now, because she's confused between the real divine masculine and this false twin flame who she also thinks might be her twin flame, but he's very much not. Yes, this false twin flame is closed off, unwilling to heal. He triggers her. He gets triggered, but he doesn't work on that healing. And false twin flames do exist, you guys. They trigger a spiritual awakening in you. You feel a lot of similar, you know, types of interactions with them, energies with them. They can really cause you to feel like they might be your twin flame, but this person, even energetically from what I can see, is definitely not her twin flame. And she's wanting to, there you go, walk away from this person because she's thinking that she met a high vibrational soulmate here somewhere. that is willing to offer her this stability, this, you know, he's willing to heal with her, grow with her, get into union with her, another dream come true type of relationship that she has here. But this person that she's thinking is her twin flame is not a twin flame. He was a false twin flame. There's twin flame type energy here, which is what's causing her to think that. Okay, that's really interesting. I think we need a podcast video on false twin flames. Let's see what else comes through here. So this other person, she's right about that. This is a high vibrational soulmate that has entered her life relatively recently. Somebody who has spent a lot of time thinking that they could never heal from their past, thinking that, you know, they should just give up on love and whatnot. And then these two, this divine feminine, you know, met with him, and he kind of started to believe in love again. This, you know, this halo at the back of his head is really like standing out to me here as somebody who, you know, is starting to heal. His crown chakra is healing. Hermit, yeah, he had a major epiphany in self-discovery that he can be open to love once again. And this is all because of the beautiful energy that he gets from this divine feminine who thought she was on the twin flame journey. So why is this coming through here? King of, okay, yeah. The person, the false twin flame here is coming through as the King of Wands. He is in a very indecisive, avoidant, non-committal energy, speaking in ways that, you know, kind of stroke his ego more so than aligns with his truth. He wants to make his feelings or situations seem more grandiose than they truly are. And it's deceitful in a way because, you know, it isn't true. I don't think he's trying to be maliciously deceitful, but it's deceitful nonetheless because he's, you know, portraying his feelings to be deeper than what they truly are. And he's avoiding looking at his own problems, avoiding doing his own healing, and instead is just coming in as this sexual, non-committal, almost like an overpowering energy that likes to chase but doesn't like to do the work and heal and commit. He can't commit to himself, and yeah, so how could he possibly commit to this beautiful divine feminine if he can't commit to himself either? But this divine feminine's crown chakra was definitely activated through meeting this false twin flame. She definitely had a spiritual awakening. There was a lot of movement in that arena. There was a lot of movement in healing a lot of things that needed to be healed, you know, within her and just in general, that, you know, she's a very high vibrational, beautiful soul who is committed to making this world a better place. It really feels like this divine feminine has truly a beautiful energy. Yeah. Heart overflowing with love is what I'm hearing here. She is very graceful. She's, even though she has fears, she keeps herself quite balanced. She's done a lot of work in that arena. She's done a lot of work as far as patience is concerned. Temperance is a card of patience here. she's really just done a lot of work on herself. She's really committed to becoming even better than she was before. But just overall, her energy is so charming, so graceful, so inviting to everybody who crosses paths with her, pretty much. And yeah, 5 of Wands. But meeting this false twin flame and then meeting her true soulmate caused a lot of internal conflict within her for a while, kind of not knowing which direction to move in and struggling to make the decisions that would be in her best interest. We got the 9 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, mirrored energy, right? But see, this is not the corresponding divine feminine to the masculine I was reading for earlier. This is so strange, guys. I don't think this has ever happened in a reading. It's very interesting. So what else do we need to know here? 6 of Cups. Inner child healing. Soulmate relationship is the only thing that's going to allow her to truly put her guard down and open her heart back up to love again, is what I'm seeing. Is this soulmate actually came in to heal her. What this false twin flame failed at doing, this soulmate came in to heal her, to make her inner child feel safe again, to make her believe that she can trust and love safely again, which her past relationships also had kind of quote unquote proven to her that she couldn't do. But now those self-limiting, those false beliefs are being deactivated. They're being broken down by this high vibrational soulmate who's coming into her life and healing that inner child and those deep inner wounds, you know, that make you feel vulnerable like a child when your trust is broken. Yeah, the Tower. So when there was some kind of issue or incident that transpired between her and this false twin flame that kind of hit like a tower moment and made her realize that she needs to move on from him. And as difficult as it was to do, she made that decision for her best interest, and she definitely made the right decision. I'm glad she did so too, because this person was not her twin flame. Yeah, see, Death card, releasing, and karma. There we go. 8 of Cups, Death card, and karma. Karma is the Judgment card here. She made the right judgment in ending that relationship and emotionally, physically, in every aspect releasing this false twin flame, because he was triggering her for sure, but he was definitely not helping to heal her. In fact, it feels like if she would have stayed in that energy, it would have been quite detrimental to her well-being, because he was not someone who was trustworthy. He was not someone who was cutting off external ties or even karmic ties. If this false twin flame had a karmic tie, I don't know, I didn't read for that, but he could have. And he would have just reinforced her self-limiting belief that she could not trust, you know, the person or the people that she desired a romantic relationship with. And instead of healing her, yeah, he would have just made the entire situation so much worse. This is sad. This is really, really sad, you guys. Yeah. So I don't know who you are, but if this is you, definitely let me know in the comments, because you are beautiful, you are bright, you made the right decision for yourself. And even though you didn't know that this person was a false twin flame, you still had the courage to, you know, gather your heart and walk away from the person that you truly thought was your divine counterpart, but he isn't. And look at this, you guys, the Wheel of Fortune again. I absolutely love when this card comes out. Your abundance is making its way to you because you made that right decision, because of your proper judgment, because you put that fear aside, you put that anxiety aside of walking away from somebody that you thought you were supposed to be with, when you saw the red flags that they were not treating you right. You went towards somebody who was willing to give you the love, that divine love that you truly deserve, because soulmates are still soul connections, you guys, and they are important. Yeah, and you brought that renewal into your life by yourself. Divine Feminine, you are beautiful, you are powerful. Never fail to acknowledge that strength that you have, because it doesn't matter that you didn't know that this person was a false twin flame, that he was just there to activate and trigger you. When you think somebody is your twin flame, that's enough to make you want to wait for them to heal, because you don't know any different, right? And if it was me in your shoes, I would have done the same thing. You know, I would have wanted to wait for this person. It takes a lot of strength to say no to what's hurting you, even if you think that that's what you want. To make the right decision, what's right for you, versus just what feels good to you. That is extremely powerful in and of itself, and I commend you. If you resonate with this, if you feel like, you know, this fits your experience, please definitely let me know in the comment section below. And I will just take a moment to say thank you, everybody who watches my videos, whether they're new uploads, the old videos. I love that you guys go back and watch the old videos, or that there are people still watching the old videos as well. I truly, truly appreciate you guys. My only request is, if you have any comments about the readings and the videos or anything like that, to please comment them here on the video instead of DMing me on one of my other platforms. I woke up this morning to over 300 messages, and a majority of them were just about, you know, like feedback for the reading and things like that, which I genuinely appreciate. I truly, from the bottom of my heart, do appreciate it. But my DMs, my inboxes for Instagram especially, are used for paid bookings, and I usually don't you know, use them to just converse with people, and especially if it's about YouTube, because it's a completely separate platform. It would really, really help me out if you would comment about the videos on the videos themselves. And also, if you are subscribed to my channel, if you like my videos, just like today, I'm able to pick up on your energy better and channel these hyper-specific messages, which I don't plan, but they come through because your energy then is stronger on this platform if you subscribe and if you like. So if you would like for me to be able to do that for you, then I do highly recommend liking these videos and subscribing to my channel. Those are forms of energy transmission. You are sending me your energy by clicking those buttons. So definitely feel free to do that if you feel guided to do so. If you enjoy my readings, if you want more content with me, of course, those are other reasons to do that. But if you interact about the video on the video, that will really help my channel grow as well, and reach more people who might benefit from hearing what I'm saying or what I have to say, who are also on this journey and may need some guidance or may like some guidance. So thank you all so much for understanding. I really, I wish that, it would be easier for me to respond to over 300 people, but it's really overwhelming. So if I keep my messages organized, to keep my Instagram platform for paid bookings and purchases, and to keep my YouTube platform for YouTube, that would really, really help me a lot. So if you have comments about the video, please comment them on the video itself. That's my only request. And I genuinely appreciate all of you. And also, as a side note, there are a lot of scammer accounts out there now pretending to be me. I will be saying this in my videos a lot because I am just getting slammed with all kinds of people trying to impersonate me, and I don't want anybody to get scammed. I always link my Instagram, my TikTok in my video description box. If it is an account that is not linked in my YouTube channel description box, it's not me. I have only one Instagram and only one TikTok, and they are all linked in the video description box below. So if you are going to find me on any of my other platforms, please make sure that you either copy and paste the username from here if you're able to, or just make sure that it's spelled correctly so you don't wind up on a scammer's account, because they have stolen my profile picture, they've stolen my content, they've even stolen my client reviews. So please be careful, and make sure that you spell it exactly like I have it in the video description box for your own protection too. All right, so now let me see if I'm able to get, I'm going to use a different deck for the corresponding divine feminine for the masculine, that we were reading for earlier, who is feeling emotionally starved being away from his feminine. And this is the Romantic Tarot by Lo Scarabeo. Let's see if we can get that feminine to speak to us today. Would you like to speak to us, beautiful divine feminine? We have the Knight of Cups. We have Strength, okay. And we have the Tower. This is wow energy, you guys. Bottom of the deck here, we had the, I'm going to do this because I just keep having to take cards that I see. So I'm going to flip it this way. Four of Pentacles. So this Knight of Cups is how she perceived her divine masculine when they first met. He was somebody who was sweet, who was caring, who did nice gestures for people around him, including her. And through this masculine's kindness and, those nice gestures, he was able to form really nice bonds with people around him. I wouldn't say necessarily strong bonds, but it feels like this masculine has people just naturally be drawn to him, but he has this natural pull, this natural charisma. And that's something that this divine feminine noticed as well. But the thing is, this divine masculine's heart chakra was closed when they met. And this is because he had been through a whole lot of hurt in the past. See this Tower? The divine masculine had lost hope in love, is what I just heard Spirit say. Yeah, lost hope in love. Yes. He had lost hope in love, and he was being this way to kind of just make life bearable wherever he was. He figured if he could just make people like him, they would be nicer, and everything would just be okay. Everything would just fall into place. So he kind of took on this Knight of Cups persona to strengthen his bonds with people. But the divine feminine just kind of fell in love with what she was seeing and took him to be a really genuine person for what he was showing on the outside. No, but what I will say that I'm feeling as I'm saying this, I'm feeling like a contraction in my solar plexus, and I'm feeling my heart chakra expanding here. So what that indicates to me is that on the inside, on a deep level, the divine masculine actually was like this, like what he was portraying. But the thing is, he was being this way to people that he didn't necessarily want to be that way to, just for the sake of making the day go by, making life easier, whatever it was. People pleasing in a sense. Like, I really do get a strong sense of codependency and people pleasing tendencies in this masculine. But the thing is, the feminine didn't see it as such. And her heart chakra just expanded every time she saw him. And she thought that, you know, the bond that they have is absolutely beautiful and strong. Like, you know, like, I get the sense that right from the time that they met, this divine feminine kind of had it in her heart, had it in her head that this is my person. And the masculine's heart, or the solar plexus chakra, I feel that contraction. He was really, really not confident around this feminine, because like we saw in this previous spread using this deck, that he saw her as somebody who was already in her power. There was nothing really childlike about her. Here we had the empress just come out. She was literally a coronated queen in his eyes, and he was just, you know, a knight or a page, like we saw. I think it was the Page of Wands that came out in the previous spread. So he never felt like he was up to par with this divine feminine. She was already, you know, in her empress energy, but she came out as the Queen of Wands in the previous spread because he was very attracted to her right from the get-go. He was very, very attracted to her right from the get-go. And, you know, that confidence in her was very sexy to this masculine. Here we have the Two of Wands. You know, it was literally like, do you see how this man is just like kind of sleeking his hair back while this one is pinning a rose on him? It's like he felt like he needed to put on a facade to impress her. He felt like he needed to be all done up, and he didn't believe that she would accept him for who he is. But the fact is that she did, and when he realized it, and then he lost that during the 3D physical separation, that's when he realized he's really starved for her affection. Yeah, see, here we have the Justice card. That's when the realization activated in him that maybe he had a soul contract with this divine feminine that he was running from. And he needed to balance these scales out again. And notice how she's blindfolded. It's like, yeah, the masculine was totally blind to what he had. He was too busy doubting himself, too busy not being confident in who he was and what he had to offer, that you know, he kind of sabotaged that opportunity with the feminine because he just didn't think he was good enough. And now that you know, the separation phase had hit, he's feeling like, man, nobody can give me what she can. I have not felt this type of love, this type of acceptance, this type of bond with anyone since my divine feminine. Here we have the Hermit, and here we have the Queen of Pentacles. He's thinking, I need to discover how I can align with her. How can I match up with her? And this is why that overthinking energy was there, where he felt like he had to have all of his finances in order, the matters of the heart in order, everything. He had to have the perfect words before he could approach his divine feminine. Like, you know, he couldn't take baby steps and increments. He had to have everything in order all at once. And that's what his guides are trying to awaken him to, you know, through like what we see through this Hermit card. They're trying to shine this light upon him, saying that you can only make progress one step at a time. You cannot get into 5 boats at once. You're just physically not capable of it. It's not possible. So this is, you know, like, it's great that this masculine is motivated, but I think he also needs a bit of realization of what the reality is. Yeah, here we have the Chariot. There's going to be movement. There's going to be an overcoming of those obstacles. He's going to be able to move forward and close out, cycle out of this old chapter of his life. At the bottom of the deck, we have the 3 of Pentacles. See how this guy is putting 3 iron rings together to make it strong. Everything is going to link together. Like everything, pretty much like we saw with the Wheel of Fortune in the previous deck. The wheels are already in motion to make this union happen. This divine masculine is just breaking the last bits of his cocoon in order to be able to take that step forward. Let's see, are there any other messages I could channel for you guys? Let me get a time frame for when something like this might happen. When can you possibly expect to see some movement? Didn't feel that card. 5 months. 5 months, you guys. So if you're resonating with the first portion and this last portion of the reading, if you feel like you are either the masculine or the feminine being described by Spirit here, then within 5 months, there should be some kind of progress for you here in this connection. And I definitely see that these twin flames are coming into union. That is for sure. These twin flames are definitely going to come into union. Yep. I just saw the words union and 2 wedding bands kind of, you know, like lay one on top of the other in my third eye. So for sure, union is destined for these counterparts. Any final messages, Spirit? Anything else? Yeah, 6 of Swords. Just keep focusing on moving forward, one step at a time. The water just keeps getting calmer as you go. So I hope this reading resonated, you guys. Please do let me know in the comments what did resonate. I love to hear that feedback. Please don't get me wrong. I just would appreciate if it's done here for organizational purposes and for my sanity as well. That would really, really help. So thank you so much for being here, for watching, for being a part of my Twin Flame Soul Tribe here, for co-creating this channel with me by sharing your beautiful, powerful energy here with me. And I will talk to you all again in the next reading video. Check out the video description box for my other platforms and come join me there as well if you would like. Good night, guys.